We in Texas hit a major milestone in the world of flood risk reduction this last August. Texas legislature and Governor Abbott decided to pass a Senate bill in 2019, which created the statewide, regional, and state flood planning program. Texas being a very large state, we divided the state into 15 regional flood planning groups or flood planning regions. The regional flood planning groups were asked to identify the flood hazard in their region, the exposure, which is who and who might be at risk of flooding, and vulnerability, which we defined as the ability of a community to bounce back. And then the next step was to identify what are we going to do about it? What are the solutions? So these regions recommended flood risk reduction solutions such as studies, projects, and strategies. The total price tag of this state flood plan is $54.5 billion. That $54 billion number is only going to increase. Because during the first cycle, one of the things we realized that we have smaller rural communities who may not have done all the models. They do not know where the flood hazard is. And even if they know where the flood hazard is, the solution has not been identified. And until and unless a solution is identified, you don't know how much it's going to cost. So that is a good starting point. The other thing I would always like to identify is that even though we work towards reducing the risk of flooding, even though this flood plan is fully implemented, there is still going to be residual risk of flooding. So it's equally important, as much as we put effort and resources into reducing the current risk of flooding, we need to work towards making sure that we do not create additional flood risk in the future. Flood plan has recommendations for communities, flood plan management recommendations, and for legislature. It also went a long way in informing people the risk of flooding. We in